Hello, people, it's Cole. Today we'll be flipping through the Playmobil catalog. This catalog is from 1988, and I picked this one specifically because it features the circus set on the cover, and I've seen little glimpses of the circus stuff in some other catalogs, and I wanted to get a real clear look at those freaky clowns among all the other fantastic late 80s Playmobil offerings. I'm here for you every week with a vintage magazine flip through, so stay right here with me and let's get started. Okay, so on the cover is what sold me on the catalog. We're at the circus, all right. Lots of activity, very atmospheric. You'll see this whole catalog is extremely atmospheric. They really went in on lighting, and it's like a Broadway play, like stage setting, really incredible. So we're at the circus here. We have some twinkly lights back there with like a lens flare. We have some flipping acrobats up in the air. There is a platform that's labeled circus, and some musicians up here playing instruments with some big over-the-top hats. Below that, the crowd in the grandstands, and in the center ring we have all the activity, many animals, some spotty horses. There's a cute baby elephant, little black baby elephant eye, and a ringmaster. That's right, whipping the baby elephant. Of course, it is the circus. And there's one kind of blurry clown right here that's playing a white saxophone, and the other clowns are on the back. Should I show that now? We'll quickly just look at the back, because it is like a full wraparound image to get you a sense of really like the incredible event here. There's another clown back here with a blue accordion. These clowns are just the stuff that dreams and nightmares are made of. There's a third clown outside practicing. People filing in to the circus. There's like a fun circus kind of sandwich board, I think they call that, sign, right? And then there's some train cars back here that would have like the animals inside of them with a grate on the train car, and a city skyline. This is a big city circus. Okay, it's a big deal. Photo backdrop of a city skyline, which is great because it's sort of this bizarre push and pull between reality and Playmobil fantasy. I just love this thing. Okay, let's get started. And isn't this interesting? Starting off with not the Playmobil toys, but this very sort of professional letter to us as friends of Playmobil, written by the president of Playmobil USA and the president of Playmobil Canada. He's busy because he's on a phone. These letters are just a brief little letter about the importance of play, the importance of imagination, the importance of sort of emulation as a child that a Playmobil toy could provide, thinking about what if I could be a firefighter or a clown or whatever, a policeman. So love that. And then on this side is this like insane helicopter shot of a Playmobil headquarters in Germany. As a part of a continuous policy of investment in the future, a new administration block is under construction and will be ready during the fall of 1988. It will provide the most modern working conditions in landscaped surroundings for the company's headquarters staff well into the 21st century. So there's our beautiful rendering. I think it's a model, which would make sense for Playmobil. A model of the headquarters in Nuremberg, West Germany. Fabulous. And then down here is a Playmobil factory where the toys are produced. Isn't this wild? It's like so unusual to have this like kind of break from the Playmobil illusion of like being in the toy reality to talking so frankly about it as a company or as a corporation. Yes, so down here there's more text about factories in Germany and Malta, and there's a picture of like a machinery room where they're producing pieces. I would like to point out that in this big, zoomed out helicopter shot of this factory, look at how colorful all these little cars are. These are real cars, like at the real factory. They're so colorful. It's so different than American cars. Okay, now we begin with the real toys. Okay, and what better place to begin with the toy narrative than in a playground? Very densely packed with lots of images here. Nice big images too. I know in later catalogs, I think the images kind of get a lot smaller, but this is really like filling up this space a lot. Very dense, very rich with detail. So there's some classic, like that dead gray doll. You know her. We've seen her for many years. What else? There's a little playhouse. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. School bus. This is pretty great. I love that. School bus with some traffic signs, crossing guard. There is like a kind of a nursery, I guess, or kind of like is it like a daycare? I'm not sure. There's that right there. This is a classroom. This classroom set, I had this. I had this classroom set. Absolutely, I did. Because I still have some pieces from it to this day. I still have one of the desks. I still have the teacher. Have her. Didn't lose her. And maybe some of the kids, and that's kind of it. Everything else has been lost to the sands of time. But I do remember the Iguanodon pull-down illustration screen thing. And I do also remember these weird yellow handled piece, like they were shapes. I don't know what they were for. They were a triangle and a rectangle, and I have no idea what those were for. And I still don't know what they're for, and there's no explanation. So just these big, like, stencils, I guess, almost. Up here is our playground. We have a little kind of mini spinny chair ride, swings and monkey bars and classic items, sandbox with real sand. We have a lot of kind of model making material going on here to fill out the greenery, the lawn, and some little bushes and stuff. And that real sand down here as well. And there's even little Playmobil houses in the background to really give us a sense of depth. This is just beautiful. Love these colors. Okay. We're moving on to an aquatic theme. Lots of boats. Lots and lots of boats. We're doing some olden-timey diving with a heavy-weighted shoes to keep you on the bottom. There's a little dinghy, kind of inflatable fisher guy. There's a windsurfing and classic sailboat. Looks like we have some kind of alternating paper, wiggly line cutouts here to create a illusion of water, which is quite cute. Speedboat, Coast Guard, fishing boat, like a industrial kind of commercial fishing boat down here with some fish. And over here is a different kind of interpretation of the water, right? We have this kind of glassy, shiny, flat plastic to be the water for these boats here. There's a little cabin. There's like a dock right here. And a sexy sports car jetting away back there. And then we can see even more things. It's aquatic boat sports, but also some just general outdoor activities like camping in a camper that is labeled as camper in English right there. And then here's that cute cabin, which I just think is so darling. Look how the red roof and the green door in the window is so cute. Okay, this is what I was talking about with the incredible lighting situation. Look at this. Dark, blood red sky for like a midnight forest fire. Isn't that scary? They really went in on this scene setting for this burning forest fire. There's an ambulance back here. Fire truck, of course, we have a helicopter running to drop buckets of water. And they have some... It looks to be maybe like dry ice or maybe like sort of cotton strands stretching out, and then it's lit from below to give a very compelling, convincing illusion of fire with all these trees. I mean, that is really something. And this is all to welcome us to the sort of emergency services section with police. Police in German, I believe, right here. We're switching between English and German language. There's a meter maid who is also part of law enforcement. Don't overlook her. And over here on this side, ambulance, helicopter rescue, and then also hospital stuff, which I love that hospital stuff. It's important. The ambulance has to go somewhere. So we have like a paramedic situation right here, a hospital room with a nurse with this like beige plastic dishes. There's a surgery gallery right there. Looks like there's a kind of a TV monitor to monitor something scientific, some labeled bottles of like medicine or something. It's just amazing. Really big. I mean, you get a sense of like the technology of 1988 that you would expect to see in a surgery room in a hospital. It's so huge. These huge devices, huge lights. It's kind of great. And we keep going. A dusty desert storyline. We are doing, it's kind of like drag racing, I think? Like unsanctioned racing. These cars have like racks on the roof with spare tires and gas tanks because they're in the desert. They're not close to the Texaco station. And race cars, kind of dune, I guess, is that a dune buggy? Is that the word I'm looking for? Dune buggy style, yes. There's a hot dog stand, Frankie's to refuel after your race. And then on this side, there's some garbage collectors and an Esso gas station. Gas appears to be free in the Playmobil world. Isn't that nice? Oh, and there's that sexy sports car from before that we saw jetting away from the marina. Oh, and back up here again with this dead desert scape, there's vultures and bones of like a steer, and also a camel and a man in some type of costume doing some desert traveling. Construction. We love the construction stuff for Playmobil. It's not my favorite, but it's fine, and it's colorful. Love that yellow. And you know, we're just busy. We're doing some digging, doing some hauling, doing some pickaxe stuff, excavating a big hole in the ground. There's some neighborhood people being busybodies, wanting to see what's up over here. This depth of a hole being dug down is something quite massive being constructed. There's a tunnel with light coming through. More of that great lighting, atmospheric lighting. Lit, you know, it's like lighting everything from below, which is wonderful. Attention to detail, all the characters are lit up too. There's a surveyor. There's like pipes, like PVC type pipes. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. You can see them. They link together to be like real pipes. Very thoughtful. The zoo. Okay. So it's a classic zoo type stuff. A very barren looking zoo, really. There's so little vegetation here. A couple of plastic Playmobil trees, but that's about it. Some rocks for these lions. There's the baby elephant and the mother elephant with that big black eye. And some kind of, I don't know what that is, African type buffalo thing. Zebras. Down here, hippos in some brown, opaque water. All right. Zoo goers are on the other side of the fence. There's a ticket booth here. Everyone is dressed sort of olden-timey and sort of an unclear era that we were set in because with these long skirts and these hats and things, it feels of a bygone era. Lots of big, huge bow ties going on. Everyone's wearing a big, huge bow tie or a little prissy scarf. And then folded into the zoo stuff is this farm, which is great. Farm over here with some cows and chickens and pigs and a rooster, and there's a little dog. So cute full farm family getting busy. It appears to be, it's like a barn, I guess, but maybe also can double function as a farmhouse if you want to live amongst the cows. Okay, here's what I've been waiting for. The circus. So, we have a whole different lighting scenario now that we're in the inside of the magazine, because it's all very dark red and orange, amber light. Nice effect here with this curtains to give us like an inside-outside view. It makes you feel even more contained and cozy in this circus scene. So here's the dang clowns. This is what I've been wanting to see. I need to get a look at these clowns' faces. They have this sort of clumsy strap situation around the face to get that clown nose on there. It looks really odd. It's concealing the whole face. Not a very elegant solution, I'm afraid. But this clown right here is gorgeous. The musician clown with the white pearly saxophone looks fantastic. A very elegant pink hat with a yellow feather coming out. Look at her makeup and look at that hair tendril coming down. What a beauty, Sparkly gold costume here with some white frilly cuffs. What a queen, and she's also leading the leading the clowns. Looks like we're maybe dumping some water on her head. How rude. Got some big clown shoes right there, you can see, standing on a chair, oddly. And yes, so down here we have like those train cars I was talking about for transporting the animals from town to town, as the circus must do. There's another shot of those clowns right there. This one plays guitar, I think. And then going down this side, more circus folks. We're selling candy. We have another clown with a accordion. We are whipping those horses into shape. The horses are really quite beautiful. They have a purple and orange harness and like headdress thing going on. The elephant has a little dress costume as well. And here's the whole circus set. So it's a nice big, ample size, round circle, like a 3-ring circus with all those rows of seats. Hope you have enough Playmobil people to fill them. There's that circus sign, which is really cute. I love that illustration. And I love this text. This circus text is super fun. The whole thing is beautiful. Primary colors. Even the clowns have like a different texture hair. It's like this weird, like noodly texture. It's not just the flat zigzag that we're used to seeing. Oh, and there's those camels again. The camels make a reappearance. Getting dual use out of the camels now. Winter. Moving into a winter theme, we have some Arctic explorers in a tent. It says Pole Expedition right there on this flag. I love this hard molded fur hood and gloves and like a scarf. Isn't that great? That texture is really good. There's a felt blanket as well. It's for some fabric texture difference. And it's like a snow, what is that? Snowmobile? Snowplow? Snow something. It's a sciencey thing. We're feeling a little sciencey, I think. We're doing some photography. There's a photo set 2 right there. We're measuring some snow, I think, up here. So it's a, important expedition. And then down here, more adventurer sets. We have a little plane. There's that polar lab base. It is science. There's a kind of a weather equipment for charting weather or like transmitting weather information over here. Oh, this photo lab situation does actually have a camera and a tripod and all that. It's very fully fleshed out. And then over here we're doing some more casual, recreational winter activities. There's some little like Inuit people in a igloo. They have different costumes than the science people do. And they have like spears and paddles and things. There's also some cute little dogs, like Balto type dogs. And a kayak with some seals. This is so cute. There's a snowman here with a sled, skis, You can really take this winter theming lots of different directions. Trains. Classic Playmobil stuff with trains. Seen these many times before. We get close-ups of the individual cars, which I don't think we usually don't see that in the catalogs, really showcasing the cars in detail. There's the Colorado Springs train station with the little people on the platform, so cute. And the train conductor up here. Looks like we have a water tank here. And then a very horrifying cops and robbers Wild West situation going on right here. Looks like we're bending over, having a stumble. There's some bags of money falling out. Oh, see, they've screwed up the track so the train can't go. The storytelling here is immense. And more Wild West stuff. We keep going with the sheriff's office and the saloon. Very weird text decision right there. Alu, saloon. And there's like a little homestead right here with chickens. Yeah, it's so cute. We're feeding the chickens out of a big basket of chicken feed, reading the paper, getting drunk on the porch as you do. There's a schoolhouse, I think this is. Looks to be, yes, it has a bell. Schoolhouse bell, and there's a little olden-timey desk and a very stern-looking headmaster for the school. Conestoga wagon. Oregon Trail. Oh my god. I love this. Look at these weird kind of nude-colored horses. They're so featureless. They look really different than like the other animals we're seeing. And yes, our whole Wild West set. It's labeled as Silver Ranch over here. And Stagecoach, cowboys got guns, lots of weapons. Playmobil used to be like very weapons forward, so lots of weapons. Oh wow, they really were dialed into the Wild West business. There's a burnt down, I don't know how this was achieved, burnt down little cottage back here with a burnt wagon. Oh. Cowboys and Indians, I think is what we're looking at here. Okay. Little problematic. Okay, but yes, there's some stereotypical Indian, Native American warriors back here with a feather headdress and that whole deal. They have some spears. There's like arrows sticking out of this torched wagon. And some bandits down here. Oh, there's like Union, I think, and Confederacy soldiers if you want to do like a Civil War, get into Civil War stuff. Very curious. So we've represented these Native Americans as having like dead white, paper white skin. You can see that. How odd. Is that supposed to represent like face paint? Why is their skin the color white? I don't know what that means, but they really did that. Even the little kids and everything have that. There's a totem pole and like a teepee situation, some kind of pot for cooking. I don't know if they were pushing this Wild West stuff so much because this is like the catalog that's designated as the American catalog. We saw in the beginning that we had those letters from the Canadian and the American presidents or whatever, managers of Playmobil. So maybe that's why they are feeling really like they want to focus this content in this catalog. I'd be curious if like a German specific catalog or a European catalog wouldn't have this. Oof. Oh my god. Okay, wow, look at that. Blue lightning, foggy sky, storm at sea with some pirates, of course. More of that interesting water. From this perspective, now I'm thinking maybe it's actually like plastic wrap, like blue food plastic wrap that's making this. Yeah, it is. That is what it is. You can see it right here very clearly. That's a very clever solution. Okay, medieval times. This is fun because we're seeing very unusual, and I think, to have this very, very zoomed in close-up shot of this interior of this castle or like a little cottage or something. Maybe it's a saloon. There's a ghost flying through the door. Spooky ghost, classic Playmobil, like glow-in-the-dark ghost. He's got chains on his arms. And we're freaking out. We're drunk, obviously, because we're seeing ghosts. But we're freaking out, falling all over the place with our big pewter chalices of something. And yeah, very dramatic, very nice close-up of the interior. We get to see the furniture really well. This cool glass, green glass textured window is really fun. There's a lute and candlestick. Very nice close-ups of these unusual little pieces. And then zoom out from that, we get to see there's a looks like a pottery. Yes, it's a pottery storefront. Like a little, they make pottery here. There's the jugs, there's a spinning wheel. I've never seen that before. That's really cool. A little pottery studio. You wouldn't associate that with knights and dragons and things, but why not be thorough? And there's the castle. You know, we've seen this many times. Different castle components. You can buy them separately or together. There's that classic ghost. And a king and a queen up there. Everything is utilizing this very, very shiny chrome plastic. No gold, though. And the railroad again. Is this another American-identified thing? I have very little interest in the railroad, but oh yes, Pennsylvania Railroad. So this does feel to be... Americans probably love the railroads. Maybe they do, just maybe not me. Okay. More railroad. Do you like the railroad? Because we get to see the station here for Riverdale, as well as there's a freight terminal. Everything is labeled. Another station here. I do like seeing the train station. This one in particular is quite cute. It's a little more antique looking. A train station of the past. You could play historical Victorian type play if you wish with this station. There's a little clock up there, which is cute. There's some kind of gas-looking lanterns, which I like. And luggage carts, benches, the whole deal. Spare parts and special order items. This is making me realize that we have not seen any text at all this entire time. Like, none of these sections have been labeled at all. It's only photos and reference numbers. Isn't that interesting? Works for kids. They especially if they are too young to read, they don't need to read because there's nothing to read. It's all images. So here's the spare parts. We have a drugstore for the Wild West town and some different buildings for that whatever Renaissance set, and a safari situation right here. There's a horse ranch right here. Outer space. Didn't know they were doing outer space stuff way back in 1988, but there is a outer space lander right there with some astronauts and some kind of inventive ideas of a spacesuit that doesn't look like what we'd expect as a, traditional spacesuit. They have these really heavy, like, platform weighted shoes to keep them down, and big dome helmets. This is also lit from within in a very nice way. Wow, this is new to me. This outer space stuff. This is the little like space rover vehicle here. There's a robot that has a little shovel and a container for collecting moon surface samples. Yeah, this is very fleshed out. All kinds of different outer space exploration surface vehicles. And more bits and pieces to supplement our other sets. Individual animal parts if you want to fill in that zoo, or if you want to have alligators in your Arctic play set. There's some beautiful polar bears. Look at how gorgeous those are. Pure white, no other coloration, floating on an iceberg. That is really pretty. Penguins, spelled differently. Penguins and coloring pen. You can color these penguins in yourself to be whatever way you want. That's curious. Oh, and the giraffes you can color too. How odd. Lastly, over here we have a monkey movie making right there, and a whole big pile of pigs with a pig slop bucket to boot. Okay, last page. More of the same, more little pieces. There's some accessory items down here, different types of bags, different types of scarves, bow ties, and hats, even headphones, nice accessories. These keychains are so cool. I love this. 5 different little children, all different types. I guess you would probably get all 3 or all 5 of them together as a group. I don't know. That's kind of a killer keychain. I think I would like a keychain like that. What would I want? There's a little boy with a life jacket. There's a girl with a pink hat and a giant purple bow tie. There's a little like fur hood person from the Arctic. Another girl in a different colorway with yellow and purple, and this boy on the end has like a winter hat and a scarf. I like that life jacket. That's got me interested right there. I think this is my choice. But I'll take all 5 and use them all at the same time. Why not? Okay. Playmobil Classic. Love to see this. I would like you, as the reader, can go through. There's a full list of everything that was in the catalog with the reference number, the item number associated with it, and the pages they were on. So you could find that and mark the little circle next to what you're wanting for a gift, a holiday, a birthday, whatever. There's even an X up here. This clown is showing you. Mark that with an X. Give that to mom or dad, and off you go. Nice close-up picture of the clown, actually. Let's take a look at him here. So there's that awful nose situation in that big yellow shoe. It does look like the accordion has like an alternate color plastic that's inserted that's for these keys to play it, which is a nice, very small, nice touch. They didn't have to do that. That's nice. No prices. And I think that's true of past catalogs as well that I've looked through, that we're not talking about the pricing, which is smart because if the pricing changes, the catalog is still correct. You don't have to worry about that becoming inaccurate. So that's pretty smart. And, worry about the price later because it's going to be expensive. And maybe just don't get the sticker shock right away. Okay. Oh, well, we saw the back before, but on the back again is that wraparound image from the front, the wonderful nighttime circus scene with that peeled back circus tent. We do have some information up here. Playmobil, 2 different headquarters, I guess you'd say. Playmobil USA in New Jersey and Playmobil Canada in Ontario. And yes, printed in Germany. Imported. Very, very nice. Well, there you have it. The Playmobil catalog from 1988. If you liked this video, give it a like. It really helps me out if you do. I would love to hear from you in the comments. I always look forward to reading and responding to your comments every week, so let me know what you thought. Did you see anything in here that you had, perhaps, or anything that you wish you could have had in the past? I would love to know. I'll see you all next week with another new video. So until then, take care.